America Election News 2024. With a polarized nation, Biden did himself no favors. For a long time, speeches given during the State of the Union have been lifeless formalities. The sound of raucous cheers provides the illusion of harmony rather than discord. Hidden beneath a surface of shared principles lie policy differences. In a solemn tone, the leader recite empty promises of future greatness. State is always strong in the Union, and better days ahead for the nation are a certainty. That was then. From this stately but dignified speech, President Joe Biden gave his third and perhaps final State of the Union address. Democrats believe he needs to bolster his dwindling re-election campaign. According to reports, Biden spent months preparing his 67-minute speech, but throughout it, he came across as angry and bitter, speaking with the loud, irritated tone of a family patriarch who is angry because he doesn't get any respect, enthusiasm, or respect from his grandchildren and is afraid their scorn will destroy his legacy. Presidential is the absolute wrong word to describe it. It sounded desperate, cheap, and hysterical, the unifier of early 2021, when Biden, fresh from his inauguration, looked out over the militarized Capitol and pledged to seek a moderate path to heal divisions and rein in the vicious partisanship of Trump's presidency, is long gone. Now that he's hyper-partisan, Biden blames the Republicans, who don't have a majority in the Senate or any influence in Washington, for every issue he has, whether it's with tax policy, border control, or Ukraine. A number of high-profile Democratic victories and a pro-choice surge in state abortion referendums followed the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which he attacked by breaking with strong and admirable precedent. The justices of the court were present at the speech but, as is their custom, offered no reaction. Even though the Republican-controlled House did nothing on entitlement reform during Biden's presidency, he had asserted that Republicans would do it in order to pay a tax cut for the wealthy. He retaliated by proposing his own tax increase on the rich Americans. Surprisingly, there was less discussion of Biden's purported accomplishments, which his supporters, including those who profit from his glaring cognitive decline, repeated nauseatingly despite overwhelming public disillusionment and contradictory evidence. The president, on the other hand, resorted to lash out, painting the other half of the nation in the same dark light as the Nazis, the Confederacy, and Putin of Russia, authoritarian fascists who oppose democracy. It may have been prudent of Biden to keep quiet on Trump during his presidency. Opinion polls on practically every subject, overall competency, physical and cerebral capacity, and, according to nearly all recent surveys, the popular vote in the extremely inevitable rematch that awaits us in November are all currently tilted in Trump's favor. But Biden can't turn a blind eye to Trump as he grows clingier and, surely, more concerned about his questionable re-election chances. In contrast to Laken, or, as Biden incorrectly said it, Lincoln Riley, a nursing student who was killed by an undocumented immigrant while Biden was in office, Biden made 13 references to his predecessor, the prior Republican president, throughout his address. Without a shadow of a doubt, the election will turn nasty as November draws near, the very qualities that helped Trump win in 2016, which Democratic strategists might want to keep in mind. The fact that Biden once again used the tired trope of comparing himself to Franklin D. Roosevelt brought up another point about him. There is less likelihood than ever before that the current Democratic contender will unseat him, as some have hypothesized, due to the fact that a group of influential Washington politicians and the Democratic Party in Congress are either convinced of the incumbent's seeming soundness and relevance or are prepared to accept it as a given. Considering his gloomy disposition, that is likely good news for Trump's camp. In any case, the 82% of Americans who think Biden is too old to be president were unconvinced after Thursday's State of the Union.